Just a sec, I'm gonna get something. This will work. Oh shit, I'm doing 10 out of 10. Do you have 10 out of 10?
Yeah. Not much. Right. Everybody. First off is resolution A. The affirmative refuses to engage the topic. They don't offer any defense of how they meet the resolution. B is their approach to debate. 2, debate in this debate should be rejected. First, it violates the tournament invitation. Their claim that topicality is an arbitrary rule not written down anywhere is not true. At the tournament invitation specifies the topic to be debated in rounds at this tournament. Deathwitch. And 6 students are required to debate the topic selected for the 2006-2007 season by a vote of the Cross-Examination Debate Association membership. The precise wording of this year's topic is resolved. The United States Supreme Court should overturn on more of the following decisions. Planned Parenthood v. Casey ex parte is declaring U.S. v. Morrison Milliken vs. Valley. Confirmation of the official topic ordinance is available at this website. Topicality is a voting issue about the ONL Kuhn Memorial Debate Tournament at Northwestern University, and at this tournament it functions as a rule dictated by the host of the tournament, because the same as the fact that we're debating Baylor in this round, because the host said we are. The sides in the debate were decided by the host rules, and the subject of the debate was selected by the host. It is unfair for them to accept the host rules that allowed them to be in the affirmative in this debate, yet ignore the rule of the tournament. Second is it disenfranchises the negative. The Supreme Court topic was chosen as a product of a system that allowed each school to vote on both the topic and the topic. Whether or not the topic selection process is the best process is relevant. It at least allowed each school to have a choice in the process, and a good choice for a topic in this debate. Resolve the Baylor should be able to talk about debate as a shadow was not a topic that we had a vote in selecting. Affirming their topic denies us the ability to participate in selecting the topic. Third is their approach to debate skews the debate process. In assessing topicality, you should not just ask, is it okay for Baylor to be different and ignore the topic, but you should assess how the implications for embracing their theory of the topic would affect all debate rounds if it were universally applied. Like any theory argument, you test it for its implications for debate generally. Their approach to the topic legitimizes no topic debate round, no debate in all rounds for the tournament. Baylor is allowed to say the topic has no meaning, and they should be allowed to talk about anything they want to talk about, then all teams should be allowed to talk about whatever they want to talk about. Such a theoretical approach to debate is a bad idea. The ASO point is it eliminates the ability to have a predictable topic. If every team could talk about anything they want to talk about, the debate process would make preparation overwhelmingly difficult. There would be at least 155 different topics to prepare for this tournament alone, and you can multiply that by a number of rounds. And the System Comms 130 debate should not be evaluated by who is the prettiest speaker. You should have joined the Baylor Forensics team. B sub points to excuse fairness because of who selects a topic. Under a topic-based approach, the topic to be debated is chosen by people, not a party to the dispute. The topic committee and the tournament director choose a topic they think would be fair to debate. Under the affirmative theory of debate, the topic for debate is chosen by one of the interlocutors in the debate and imposed on the other team. In this debate, Baylor imposed on us a topic resolve that we should be able to talk about anything we want. If a party to a dispute can choose the topic, it skews the process to one side of the debate. Even if Baylor chose a topic that had equally divided literature in this debate, which they didn't, the theory of allowing a party to the debate to pick the topic creates a process that tilts the field. C sub point is it facilitates trivial debate. If Baylor is allowed to choose the debate about whether debate is a flawed process, then any half can choose the topic. They can choose to make draft resolve tournaments are better when Gerber misses his flight, or resolve Harrison's life has meaning, or resolve the time limits in debate should be changed, or resolve I should keep my pants on. The impact potentially directly affects you. B, because judges don't get to choose what rounds a judge is approached with. You have to sit through 2 hours of debates over any issue, any athletes, where any one of them can win debate. Every debate becomes as exciting as the other. This also proves the futility of going negative, because the example of cross-examination, the Field of Dreams is Bricker's favorite movie. If Field of Dreams bad, it's not a response to this affirmative. They say it would be easy to beat that affirmative, but that's not true, because it's a 100% truth claim that they do not have any game on, which proves the futility of having every affirmative choose that. The C sub point is there are alternatives to voting affirmative. If they win in this round, the debate practice is flawed and will inevitably collapse. There are alternative ways to deal with it other than stand in solidarity with no topic debating. We could have a community-wide dialogue about debate practice. If you think debate practice is bad, you could assess the nature of the debate practices and how topics are selected. You could launch discussions on e-debate on how debate practice could be reformed. You could advocate broader, more inclusive topics through the topic selection committee. Even if they win all their impacts on debate, it's not a reason to affirm affirmative choice topic debating in this particular debate round. And debate is impossible without limits. Topicality is a voting issue. Typing 2K, they must recognize the role of agreement in political contest for that basic accord that is necessary to discord. This kind of limited agreement is a starting condition of contest and debate. There can be no argument except on the premises of agreement. If we cannot agree on the topic in terms of argument, or if we have utterly different ideas about what counts as evidence or good argument, we must agree about what it is being debated before we can debate it. One cannot have an argument about euthanasia with someone who thinks euthanasia is a musical group, nor can one demonstrate resistance to a policy if no one knows it is a policy. Contest is meaningless if there's a lack of agreement or communication about what is being contested. The contested idea presumes some agreement about what the idea is and how one might go about intelligibly contesting. Contestation rests on some basic agreement or harmony, and specific policy-based solutions are key to solving real-world problems. Jensen and 2K2. The bringing policy relevance back in does not thus does not mean driving theory out. The demand for policy relevant research is huge. Greater engagement with and experience in policy world is being encouraged at all stages of a career. The hope of demoralizing human consciousness, and it is obvious that intellectuals cannot go on forever for avoiding the shared responsibility for the world and hiding their distaste for politics and our alleged need to be independent. We, too, are intellectuals who must think deeply about what our roles are to be. And specific policy-based solutions are key to solving problems. Just pointing out that things are bad will do little to affect real world change. Albert and 98, for 30 years we've been consciousness raising around how bad things are, but what was the consciousness raising around what we want about means of accomplishing change, about our prospects of victory? Growing awareness of the scale of oppressions and their tenacity breeds cynicism, not resistance. Revelations from the left about how bad the society's institutions really go beyond what people have already taken for granted. And policy discussion and the advocacy of policy options is the hallmark of critical thinking. Skills allow us to become more effective real-world activists. Keller et al. 2K1, effective policy practice and policy analytical activities such as identifying and prioritizing policy options and creating policy proposals. These policy practice skills reflect the hallmarks of critical thinking. Significant parallels exist within the policy-making process, and taking a position with advocating for its adoption. Developing policy practice skills seems to share much in common with developing capacities for critical thinking, and refusing to switch sides and defend the resolution leads to dogmatism should be rejected. Mirror and 93, debate does teach values, and that these values are instrumental in providing a heading for alternative points of view. Paying explicit attention to decision criteria and to the division of ground arguments effectively renders the value structures political and relative. Sound conviction depends upon a thorough understanding of the controversial problems under consideration. This thorough understanding of the problem depends upon careful analysis of issues and surveys of the major arguments and supporting evidences. Examination of the evidence and argument can be done by the careful testing of each argument, pro and con. The learner sound conviction covering controversial questions depends partly upon his or her experience in defending and rejecting tentative and negative positions. It would be immoral not to require debaters to defend both sides of the issue. It seems highly critical to accept the basic premise of debate and to allow students to confront their own untested ideas. Debate might be rendered students a disservice if it did not provide them some knowledge of the views and the concrete strength of a reason, moral conviction. That evidence is also gender modified, and the half dismissal of discussing the ramifications of political institutions enables totalitarianism. Lewis and 92, a radical education may take them even more cynical than they already are. Stripped of leftist social concerns, radical postmodernism, contempt for established social and political philosophy will lead to right-wing totalitarianism and cynical right-wing elite students are taught that democracy is a sham, and all mean derives from power that are being schooled in fascism. One thinks ideologically and acts ideologically. Opponents become enemies to be vanquished. Political compromise becomes a kind of immortality. Here's our preempts. First, empirically, experience proves our arguments and warrants rejection. Affirmative choice topic selection. The ACE point is there's research based on an actual experiment with affirmative choice debating at parley tournaments. Preston and noted the study involved 43 students and 9 critics who participated in a parliamentary debate tournament where no topic was assigned for the fourth round debates. B subpoint is that over 80% of the participants said that no topic debate was skewed the debate by creating an unfair advantage for the affirmative. Surprise. Preston and noted 81.4% felt that no topic debate skewed the outcome of the debate toward one side or the other. Of those responses, 91.4% gave those indicating a bias, or 0.4% of all responses indicate that no topic debate gave an advantage to the government. C is the study demonstrated that a vast majority of those who experienced after choice debating opposed the experience and did not want a friendly TC debate. Preston again, the idea proved more popular and popular among the student sample. A substantial portion of these sample reacted vehemently against the no topic idea. Critics did not seem particularly funding the idea. There were some who went so far to say they would not attend another tournament with no topic round. And there, the next off is that the one I see have several flawed assumptions. The first is that the debate process is not designed or intended to create perfection. The function of rules in debating, including topicality, are intended to provide a broad process that allows debaters to engage one side of an issue on public concerns with literature based on each side. It is to facilitate the process of critical thinking, not perfection. Second, debate is not headed for collapse. The Kansas debate program has debated or topic governed debate since its first intercollegiate debate in 1894. There were new schools like Minnesota and Notre Dame at this tournament for the first time. The rumors of the death of debate have been greatly exaggerated. If Northwestern tournament can attract 160 teams while making the us bus all over the city of Chicago do it, it's not credible to argue the debate is dying. And they would also accelerate the collapse of the debate because of our evidence above. Their claim that debate promotes oneness or sameness approaches are nonsense. There's nothing about having a topic that forces uniformity. There are many approaches to defending the topic allows for a diversity of debate approaches. Oklahoma, Wayne State, Georgia, Idaho State, UMKC all run apps that respond to the hail of the topic, but to claim that they are all the same is absurd. Additionally, none of their arguments are a reason to vote affirmative. If the affirmative wins their arguments, they don't win the debate. If they win their Baudrillard arguments, then the app and neg are meaningless constitutes. And if they win the rules are bad, then you don't vote affirmative on the grounds that the negative arguments didn't compete with the affirmative, because that requirement would mean that the negative claim that we competed with them. There would be no basis for deciding that the app won the debate, because their claim that they won would be an effort to perfect arguments in the debate round, which proves that they should not be able to arbitrarily win like that.
All right, why? Okay, your standard for how that they should evaluate this round is that you should look at it if everyone did Baylor's app, that'd be bad. Well, yeah, no shit. If everybody did anybody's app, it'd be bad, right? How is that a fair standard for debate?
Well, if everybody did some form of topical affirmative, it wouldn't be bad.
No, if everybody ran a USB Morrison app that had to have an ESA advantage and a Congress advantage, wouldn't that be pretty boring?
No, we're not saying that it all has to be the same stale debate. We're just saying that you should base it off the topic. You don't
What were your
base it.
definitions?
We didn't read any definitions.
Oh shit, where is your argument that words have meaning?
When we
Language
words
have meaning?
We think that language does have meaning.
Where'd you,
Where's
but
your
where
argument?
were your cards? Where'd you answer
Okay,
that?
you're right. The 1NC slipped on that. The block will make the argument. This is silly.
So did you even make an argument
wait,
yet?
but
that
is
Well,
it
now
not-
the
is
new
it-
arguments aren't allowed in rebuttals due to the
No, but how did you even respond to the AF yet? You didn't even say
The
language.
1NC was a straight up impact turn to the affirmative. I have no idea.
How so? What's the link?
Rules are good, Judge.
No, you're right, but R1AC embraces the rules in terms of speech structure and things like that. We think that topicality is a law. This will be part of the debate.
Are
But
you
that
asking
argument
a
doesn't get
question?
you out of this. I want to know what the link is to any part of your 1NC to R1AC. You say we
Okay.
have to defend the topic. R1AC says we defend the topic
We don't think you defend the
absolutely in
topic.
its meaninglessness. Where is
Wait,
your
where
argument
is-
that's
yeah.
not legitimate?
We
Where
don't
is,
think-
okay, yeah.
We think that you said you should. We think you should defend the Supreme Court should hypothetically overturn a decision. We will assert as of the 1NC that your act of
Do you
rambling.
have any evidence that indicates what an overrule would be?
No, we
What if an
don't.
overrule is meaningless?
We don't think it overrules meaningless.
Okay, but you have no arguments on this kind. Okay,
You don't overrule anything.
Okay, so you honestly made a claim that this round is more boring than Adolf than the case round. Why is that true?
This
Is this
is-
just because you don't like it, or?
No, it's because we just talk about the structure.
I
of
think
the debate.
it's.
We're not actually debating
I think it's
about
interesting that this is one of the biggest tournaments of the year, and we have like 5 people watching. People don't even watch debates anymore because they're so
Because
technical.
you're in it.
Right. When we debated Oklahoma and they went for their rules bad app, there was probably 100 people in there because they wanted to see people do crazy shit.
Well,
'cause the other
here's
shit's boring.
the
That's why debates
tiebreaker
die.
here. We
Is
read
that
a
not
bunch
true?
of evidence that said in a
Oh
parliamentary
yeah,
tournament.
that's interesting. Why is that applicable to? There's a reason why there's
What,
parley.
what,
and-
what about our
Yeah.
app is similar to Parley?
80% of the people said they would never participate in a debate again if they could not have if the affirmative got to always.
Why
use
is
the
that an
topic.
argument? And
Because you would destroy debate. You say that current debate practices will
Is it-
accelerate debate to its collapse. We have just
Okay.
internally turned that claim.
all right. Your evidence, pretty much all your evidence that's talking about the type of education that we should receive, the unhighlighted part, for instance, your Gentleson 02
Mhm.
evidence says bringing policy relevance back does not mean driving theory out. International organization, world politics, international security, and the American Political Science Review should continue to have distinct missions from foreign affairs, foreign policy, and the like. This seems to indicate academic journals that are discussing political science. Does any of your evidence talk about debate?
Yeah, all of it. The other few pieces. I mean, that piece of evidence does talk about debate, how you should have a policy formulated focus, and that.